Sorry, y'all, my phone. It's very weird. And I got a notification for YouTube, and as I went to go clear it, I must have pressed it, so it started to play. And because it started to play, hang on a second. Okay, I had something sticky in my hands and I didn't know what it was. But anyways, I started to go play it. I accidentally went to go clear it, and I accidentally started to play it. And being that I played it, it ended my video. So part 2 of Halloween. So I know I literally just mentioned that Halloween/fall was right around the corner. And I figured, you know what? Since I was curious about it, I ended up Googling it because I was like, I'm curious now because I really wanted to light my candles because they said, fall's right around the corner. I really want to light these candles. So I Googled it. We have at least another month before fall comes. Fall in the northern I can't say that. This time stamp that we're in Illinois. Fall does not begin until September 23rd. It is August 18th. So we have almost another whole month until fall. And I was getting my hopes up because I was like, ooh, I'm going to be lighting my candles in like a week or a couple days, thinking it was literally right around the corner. So I Googled it because I got curious. And I got excited because I'm very excited about the fall candles, to light the fall candles. I told you guys that, it's right around the corner. I'm going to be lighting them soon. And then I saw we have a whole another month. And I got mad. Not that anybody can control it, but I said, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. The 4 fall candles that I have, I'm going to light. I'm only going to light them enough that the top layer of wax melts. Once that top layer of wax melts, I'm going to blow them out, and then start the second candle. Because I want to see at least what they smell like when they're lit, and how powerful of a smell it is. Because you don't know how it is when you smell a candle cold. It could smell different compared to when it's hot. Or when it's hot, it could smell different compared to when it's cold. It might be a more stronger smell. There's my candle. That's the flannel candle. Flannel. Cannot say that with my speech impairment. Flannel, like a t-shirt. So I'm going to light it just enough to see how powerful of a smell it is. If it's, because, sometimes you can smell it and it's like, oh, that's a very strong smell. And then you light it and it's like, can't smell it. Oh, it's like, you sniff it cold in the store and it's like, I can't really smell this. You take it home and it's like, ooh, I can smell it. So I'm just going to light them enough to see what they smell like. I'm not going to burn them for hours like you technically should do. But anyways. So, I was talking about my favorite Halloween of all time. I was also talking about, I was going to start talking about Halloween-related stuff, whether it's telling stories like I am now, even though it's not really particularly a story. It's more me just telling you about my most memorable, most favorite, funnest Halloween ever to this date. And I'll explain why. But, anyways. It's that time of year where I'm going to start talking about Halloween stuff. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch. And if you get upset because I'm lighting the fall candles too soon, like I said, I only plan on particularly lighting it enough so I know how much of a smell it is, So anyways. So my most favorite Halloween I have ever had to the memory is. Hang on a second. I need my pager because. Hang on. You're gonna just have to hear that. I'm sorry. I'll try not to talk over it because it's only gonna be a couple seconds. There's DECOM's dispatch, but I have to be able to hear it so if we get a call. Actually, hang on. What am I thinking? I can turn it off. Dispatch. Okay. I'm not thinking today. So I have it where you can listen to the Bartlett Fire Department and the Hanover Park Fire Department. But you also have it where you can switch it to only vibrate. So it would only vibrate and not beep. Or you can switch it to. Okay, hang on. So frequency A is it will beep if we get called, and it will play every channel plays the message. It would always beep, but like A is it will only beep and make noise if we get called. C is it will only vibrate, it won't beep, and C is you will hear the Bartlett and Hanover Park Fire Department. But I'll turn it off just for the purpose of this video, and I'll still be able to hear if we get called. So anyways, so this Halloween was my most favorite Halloween to this date. It was pretty fun, even though last year came close. And I look at it now like, yes, to the date, it's still the funnest Halloween. Funnest. I don't even know if that's the word. It's the most enjoyable. It's the most fun I ever had on a Halloween. It was exciting. It was peaceful. I don't know. It was peaceful. But anyways, it was my most favorite Halloween to this date. And I look at it like maybe this year might be a more fun Halloween. Or maybe the year that I'm talking about may still be the most fun Halloween. I don't know, but anyway, so the year was 2009, and I always try to find a Halloween costume like months in advance. And I was looking, because I was like, I have no clue what I wanted to be for Halloween. Now, guaranteed this was 2009. So let's see, how old would I have been? Hang on, I gotta do the math. I can't think of the math right now about how old I was. Unless I find a calculator, but I don't know where a calculator is. Anyway, so it's 2019. So you gotta do the math. I don't know how old I was off the bat without looking it up on a calculator. And I'm not about to stop this video and do a free part of this to figure out how old I was. If I had to guess, maybe 15, maybe 16. And so it's my first year of high school. So anyways, actually it was my third year of high school. Anyways. Or was it my second? I don't know. I'm confusing myself. It doesn't matter. 2009. I'm 26 now. This was 2009. Do the math yourself. I ain't the best at math. Probably could figure it out if I had a calculator in front of me, but I'm not going to get up to just figure out how old I was. Doesn't matter. So I was a little younger. I was a little younger than I am now. And so like I said, I was downstairs, because I'm downstairs. I was looking up Halloween costumes. I was looking up Halloween costumes online. And my sister came down and she was like, oh, what are you going to be? And it's like, I kind of actually, hang on, I'm going to set the phone down because I have the candle up on the shelf. And the wood frame around the windows is wood. I don't know if the flame is too close to it. It's a very low, small flame, but I'm gonna move my candle. It's gonna take me 2 seconds to move it. I just don't want it too close to the wood because the last thing I want to do is do what I did for my dresser, and that's a whole nother blog. Anyways, I'm gonna put the phone down for 2 seconds. Hang on. Okay, move this somewhere. Alright. Okay. And I wanted to see if I could find a calculator real quick. Let's see since I'm up. I don't think any calculator down. Dang it. There's no calculator down here. Oh well. I couldn't find a calculator. But anyways, it's WAN. So I was talking to my sister, and I told her I have no clue what I want to be. I thought about possibly being a pig, because I snort, you know. When I laugh, I snort. That was a fake snort, but I snort when I laugh, you know. So anyways, now my sister mentioned, how about you be something from NCIS? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you've been watching that TV show ever since 2005, because I technically missed a season. I came in right after Kate died, like the episode after Kate died, I came in, so I missed like a season or two. So I wasn't too far behind. But she's like, how about you be someone from NCIS? It's like, oh, you know, that's a good idea. So I told myself, you know, I'm going to be Kate Todd, because I like Kate. You know, I loved Kate. She was my favorite character, even still to this day. And Kaylin's like, oh, cool, you can be Kate, and I'll be Abby, because she's kind of goth, and she kind of has high heels and all that. It's like, cool. You do that. So she was, you know, and I was Kate Todd, and I looked online, and I looked online, and I looked online for that jacket that they wear online on this TV show that says Federal Agent NCIS on the back, and in front it has the patch. And I looked online to the point where I said, okay, it's either I gotta find something else now to replace it, or else I ain't gonna have a costume. You know, because at that point I already found a hat. I already found her ID badge on eBay and a hat on eBay. Her outfit, because she wore so many different outfits, I pretty much just had dress pants, black dress pants, and a white blouse. Pretty much just a white button-up blouse. I did put my hair up, and I did wear makeup, and I painted my nails, but anyways. So the outfit itself was the typical black dress pants with a blouse. But the costume was the hat, the ID badge. I got a fake gun at the Halloween store. It was like a toy gun that I still have. I still technically have. Doesn't work anymore. You used to be able to pull the trigger and it would make like, it wouldn't make like a gun noise. It didn't have any batteries to it, but it would make like a popping noise. It wasn't the ones where you put those little things in and it makes like a spark. It wasn't that. It somehow made a noise when you pulled the trigger. I don't really know how else to explain it. You know, my dad went out to the gun store, or he went somewhere. I don't know where he went. Because I don't think Gat Guns was around back then in Elgin at the time. He went out somewhere and got like a cheap, very cheap gun holster. It was like the cheapest gun holster I've ever seen. It worked okay, you know. And what freaked everybody out was on Halloween, when I had the fake gun in the holster, because I have it on my side, you know, my waist, everyone thought it was a real gun. Seriously, they're like, oh God, Brenna, you have a real gun. Oh my God, you gave your daughter a real gun. I'll be like, you know, I would I had a gun to show you. I take it out and I'll be like, you know, it's fake. It's fake. It's not a real gun. See? Bang, bang. And I would shoot at the ground. That's what you're supposed to do when it comes to guns. Even fake guns. You never point a fake gun at anybody, even though it's a fake gun. Unless it's a Nerf gun. But anyways. And you don't even do that unless you have good aim like me. But everyone thought it was a real gun. But I had shown him that obviously it's a fake gun. But it looked real from, I don't know. So my dad was still working at the fire station at the time. And we were on eBay because we were placing a bet for the jacket. It was a jacket that they wore on this show. Because I searched the internet morning to dusk. I looked on the internet for that jacket and couldn't find it. So the closest thing we got was a jacket. It was a windbreaker that said, I think it says like NCIS, Navy Criminal Investigation. I don't know what it says off the bat. It's actually upstairs in the closet with the hat. I think the ID badge is still in my room, even though I don't know if I threw it out. But anyways, I still have the hat and I still have the jacket. I think I still have the pants probably somewhere. I don't know about the blouse. I don't know if I still have the blouse. Because, you know, since then I've gotten, you know, a little bigger, if you know what I mean. So anyways, I went to the fire station to meet him. We went online because he obviously was nice enough to buy my costume for me. No, it's not really a costume, if you know what I mean. We placed a bid for the jacket and we finally got it. So I had a costume and I was excited. So boom, I'm done. So that same year, Skechers came out with these new brand of shoes. I think they were called like Step Up shoes or something. Step In shoes. I don't know. They were a sneaker or a gym shoe, whatever you want to call them. They were pretty much a shoe that kind of curved in. I got a pair, my sister got a pair. And they were meant to kind of make it walk more of a bounce. They weren't like moon bounce shoes, obviously, but like when you walked, it kind of felt like you were like kind of, you know, walking on an angle. It kind of picked up your bounce. It kind of made you walk a little faster, you know, it kind of had an oomph to it, if you know what I mean. You can Google these shoes. I no longer have the shoes, but I loved those shoes. I really got upset when I had to throw them away because they broke or got dirty or something happened to them. Or maybe my foot got bigger because at the time I was still growing at that age, if you know what I mean. So anyways, I had those and I used those shoes because I don't walk in high heels. So I wasn't about to go out and buy high heels just for one day. So my sister's costume, we pretty much kind of got at the Halloween store. Her costume was pretty much a Scottish or Irish kilt. It was like red and black, so it weren't our colors. We're Scottish, we're Irish, but it wasn't our color kilt. It wasn't our colors, both in the Irish form and the Scottish form. I think our colors are red and yellow, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking at the picture right now because the picture of our clan is actually up above the bar, but I'm not going to get up to look because off the bat, I'm going to get off topic. But anyways, it was pretty much a kilt. Then she had like a kind of like a gothic type. I don't know if it was like a t-shirt. I don't know if it was, I don't even know what we got. I think it was maybe like a sexy gal, or sexy like school teacher shirt. I don't know if it was a t-shirt. I don't know if it was actually a blouse or what it was, but the top. And her boot boots. Her boots were high heel goth motorcycle lift boots. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that. And then, you know, came the day, you know, we were getting ready. So, excuse me. she pretty much put her hair in pigtails. We did spray her hair black with black hairspray because she had different color hair than Abby did. We even got her that big 7-Eleven drink. And we printed out a label that said Calf Pow on it. And we made it look like she was drinking Calf Pow. I had a fake gun for my prop. She had the Calf Pow. And to be honest, from behind, like if you would walk, like at one point, I walked in the kitchen to see if Kaylin was ready to go. And she was, and she actually kind of looked like Abby, to be honest. From the behind, at least, Oh, we also got her like a lab robe, like a lab coat. I don't know if we put NCIS on it, but we got her a lab coat. So, and like fake gloves. So she legit looked like Abby besides the facial and body part, So Halloween that day, I think, fell on a Saturday. I want to say it was a Saturday because I don't remember going to school that day. I mean, I was still in high school. So if I didn't go to school, I'm pretty sure my sister didn't go to school. That's why I'm saying it had to be a Saturday. And Friday and Saturdays, to be honest, are my favorite time for Halloween to fall on. So anyways, the day before I stayed the night at my grandma's. That's because I don't know, I just did. And I come home, I get ready, I eat McDonald's. I actually watched NCIS at the time. And we get our costumes ready because my aunt was having a Halloween party on Halloween. Because you know how it all went. My aunt normally does Halloween parties a couple days before. But being that we all were grown up and we didn't really trick-or-treat at the time, and one was on a Saturday, still on a Halloween, but no one trick-or-treated, my aunt still wanted to do a Halloween party. So we go, and my mom, and I didn't notice, this was actually a surprise to me. No, actually, I did notice. So, I'll tell you what I was thinking of. My mom and my aunts. So my mom, my Aunt Kathy, my Aunt Michelle, my Aunt Lisa, my Aunt Tara, my Aunt Kathy were the village people. My mom was an Indian. My Aunt Lisa was a cop. My Aunt Michelle was a motorcyclist or biker. My Aunt Tara was a cowboy. And my Aunt Kathy was a construction worker. Yeah, so they were the village people. No, so even my mom dressed up for Halloween, and that was a very common thing for my mom to do. She barely dresses up for Halloween. Even when I was little, she really never actually kind of dressed up. If anything, she would put like on a mask, like a mask that just went around the eyes, or she would put on like a witch's hat, or she would put on like a Halloween t-shirt or something, or Halloween themed clothes. So even back then, my mom really didn't even dress up. So it was kind of cool. So we go to the party, and the hard thing about it was my dad had to work that year. But thankfully, he was able to come with his friends from the fire department, and they stayed for a while. Not a while. They stayed for the amount of time that they could stay. They stayed, So the morning, afternoon of trick-or-treating, I take my cousin trick-or-treating. So my cousin Liam was Link, or Zelda. I think he was Link. And my aunt made a homemade costume for him. It was a homemade costume my aunt made. So I took him trick-or-treating. And I bought a bucket just in case. The sad thing was, nobody knew what I was. They kept asking, "Oh, what are you?" And I'm like, "I'm NCIS." And they'll be like, "What's NCIS?" And I'm like, "Oh, why does nobody know what that is?" So I would explain, and I would be like, oh, okay. Oh, hi, Link. And it's like, how do you know what he is? You're like 60, 70, 80, 90. The person actually looked like he was dead, and it wasn't makeup. It was not makeup. Anyways, his costume doesn't tell you what he is. And these old people were able to point out Link. That's from a video game that I'm sure they probably never played, even though I can't say much because my grandma plays video games or played video games before she was blind. And Link and Zelda was one of the many she played, besides Metroid and Mario. But anyways, my costume tells you. It tells you on my hat. It tells you on my ID badge. It tells you on my coat. It tells you NCIS, NCIS, NCIS. Like, even if you didn't know my character, I get that, but not even know who or where I was from. It's like, really? Almost everyone was like, who are you? Oh, but hi, Link. That's a good Link costume. Where did you get that? And I'm like, no, I tried my best for this costume. It was not easy, but it wasn't rocket science. But anyways, so I take my cousin trick-or-treating for a little bit. I get back, and then at that time, my cousins were there. And at that time, the video game Left 4 Dead came out. So a couple of my cousins and a family friend were people from Left 4 Dead. And let me tell you something. Ryan, Brett, Tom, Colin, Lauren, I think Trevor, maybe Joey. One, Ryan was Bill. Colin was Lewis. Lauren was Zoe. Brett was Francis. Adam was a hunter. I'm saying names like you know who these people are. One was Francis. One was Zoe. One was Lewis. One was Bill. One was a hunter. One was the witch. Because of Mary, I had to dress up. It was kind of upsetting because I didn't know that they were going to do that. And I happen to like that game. And if I knew that they were going to do that, I would have picked someone from the game. But they didn't tell me that they were all going to do that. That was the first time in the Halloween season that they dressed up as the same thing. Like, one year they were Left 4 Dead. One year they were Power Rangers. One year they were from, like, some other TV show movie. And it's like, you can include me in with that. I would, depending on the movie, TV shows, video games you picked, I would probably have joined the Left 4 Dead one and the Power Rangers one. But they left me out and kind of hurt my feelings. But anyways, not that they watch my blog, so they wouldn't even hear this. But anyways, but I didn't take it as a big deal. I'm like, whatever. You want to leave me out of it? Go pound sand. I don't know. Anyways, so that year was just fun. Trevor, he is still a family friend. He's a good family friend. He's almost family. Practically every family friend that we have are practically family to us. I don't want to call them like a brother or uncle or sister. They're not that close of a family, but we consider them family. We care for them and love them in a way, shape, and form, But anyways, at least I do. I know some other people in my family may think the same and agree with me, but anyways, I don't really like to speak about other people when it comes to stuff like that. But, everyone dressed up that year. Of course, my dad couldn't really dress up because he was on the fire department, even though he did when he came. And it's funny because as my dad was leaving, he was in the officer's seat because he was the lieutenant. And as he hopped in, the engineer had a Halloween mask on and scared my dad. It was a clown mask, and my dad practically jumped out of the fire engine. No, he was in the tower truck. He was in the Clint. He jumped out of the ladder truck so fast. I never saw my dad move that fast. And it was funny because we all took pictures that year. You know, I have some pretty good pictures. I have a picture of us kids as a group. I have a picture of the Left 4 Dead group. I have a picture of my dad and his brothers and sister. You know, I have a picture of my mom and the village people. You know, there was a lot of pictures. Fortunately, it's on a camera. And many years ago, we lost the battery and the charger for the camera. And we have no idea where it went. I think we pretty sure it was thrown out on accident. So for about 4 or 5 years, we've been without a camera. Thankfully, we've had cell phones and stuff now. But there's a lot of good pictures on that camera, and hopefully one day we get back on it. But it's actually some pictures of Baxter on there, but I'm not gonna get emotional. Because, you know, he's my boy, and I'm not gonna cry. Anyways, I was overreacting in a little bit, but you know, so that year, you know, Trevor, family friend, came over, and he brought his brother, and at the time, me and his brother never met. At the time, we didn't know each other. You know, all I knew was my cousins came to me, and they said, Brenna, and I'm like, what? And they're like, Trevor's brother's coming, and I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, you two never met. And I'm like, well, I said, okay. I said, I don't know if I've ever met him or not, but if I didn't, okay, you know, say hi, whatever. And they're like, but he doesn't know who you are. And I'm like, what's the point here? And they're like, we want you to act like you're a fake cop, and we want you to arrest him and take a fake gun out and pretend to arrest him. And I'm like, but I'm not a cop. And they're like, obviously, but like, he won't know that. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking? Oh, okay. I said, I get what you guys, I got what they meant then and there. And I was like, oh, it is on. And I got in character. So the boy comes up. And I'm like, NCIS, get your hands up in the air and put them where I can see them. Keep your hands out of your pockets and get on the floor. And I was yelling and I was shouting and I had my fake gun pointed at him. And he got scared and he was like, okay, I'm on the floor. And it's like, put your hands behind. I wasn't talking like that. I was talking louder and I was shouting. I'm not going to shout or yell like I was on that day to the camera. Because I don't want the cops coming, actually. But, because I can yell and shout pretty loud. But I was like, put your hands behind your back and spread your legs. And he did, so I took fake handcuffs, because, oh, by the way, I did have fake handcuffs, but I did technically keep them in my pocket, because I had no handcuff holder, so I just kept the handcuffs in my pocket. So I took the handcuffs out, I patted him down, I faked arrest him, I put the handcuffs on, I said the Amanda rights, I said you have a right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be held with you again according to law, blah, blah, blah. Started saying the Amanda rights. I threw him on the car. I started patting him down. I said, do you have anything that will poke, stick, or prick me, or stab me? And he's like, no. And I could literally feel him shaking. And he was like, what did I do? And I was like, yeah, save it to the judge. So my cousins were like taking pictures and like videotaping this, even though I don't know if they were videotaping it, because if they did, they're hiding it from me. And I put him in the car and I patted his head down and watched his head. And I shut the door. Thankfully, the car door was unlocked because we did it right at the edge of the driveway. And thankfully, there was a car right there. So it was perfect timing. And I took him out of the car and I was like, I'm not a cop. And he's like, you're not? And I was like, no, I'm their cousin. And he's like,